ready?
Steph, can you hear me? We can't hear you. No.
Unknown caller. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. What was that? Oh, I can't hear you now.
Why? What is happening?
Here,
Hold on.
put it down again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm scared. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, we couldn't hear you through that intro.
Wow, that was like one of my best intros, and you guys will just have to believe me.
Should we try that over?
For the podcast? Yeah, we can try it over. Do you want me to do my ad reads
We got to do it again for the podcast.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Here we go.
Am I going right into it?
I'm going to, I'll put myself out and then you go into the ad reads again.
All right. This is fun. Hey guys, buzzkill a little bit there. The Stephie Smalls Show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Naira Bets. Bet the Kentucky Derby by using code SGPN25 for a $25 free bet plus a $200 deposit match bonus at nairabets.com/SGPN25 and start winning today.
Are you ready?
Is this thing on? Someone give me a sign. Is this on? Happy hump day. Tech problems. That's usually only supposed to happen on Monday. Thanks for bearing with me. The weekend starts on Thursday. So technically this is kind of Thursday. I already opened to high noon. I can taste the weekend. Welcome back to Triple S episode 18 on SGPN. My first intro was quite charismatic and hilarious. You'll have to take my word for it. The Kentucky Derby is this week. I don't know a single thing about it, so I'm bringing someone on that does know. Chase Wolf of Oaklawn is going to join me. I see that the chat is telling me they can hear me. That's fantastic. And then Kenny King is going to jump on, our friend Kenny King, to talk some Raiders draft, to talk about how Haliburton's dad is a freak show, maybe some Bill Belichick, maybe some NFL futures. But first, we have the Kentucky Derby. Everyone can hear me now. I hope they can hear our guest. We're having a blast with Restream, new to Restream, part of the SGPN family at Of Oak Lawn on X, Twitter, whatever you call it. How's it going? Welcome to the show.
I mean, doing well. Just powering through this week. It's like I don't know. Yeah. It's like if Christmas was like packed in with I don't know, intense labor. It's a lot. It's a lot this week.
Yeah. Is this like kind of like the golf's Masters? Like, is it like the Super Bowl? Is this the big horse race? Look at me. I already don't know off the bat, you know?
I would say it's a little bit ahead of like the Breeders' Cup. Like the Breeders' Cup would be our other like Super Bowl weekend. Okay, got it. It's the 151st Kentucky Derby. I will come out and say I don't know shit about fuck. You know that meme from what is that? What Ozark? I have been to Saratoga a couple times to drink and bet and do all that. I did place one bet for the Kentucky Derby. I'll tell you about after. I'll let you. Like, how do you go about handicapping the Kentucky Derby? Like, even horse racing in general. You know, for me, a lot of it is pace, and you're looking for like extreme pace scenarios. You want races where there's all these horses that want to go fast, and maybe one horse that wants to run late, or there's one horse that wants to go fast, and everyone else wants to run late. And so you're looking for those like kind of like imbalances that exist, and then you're checking to make sure they're they're fit enough, they're fast enough, that they're racing against the right competition.
Yeah, and is there? I'm going to sound so silly, but I'm sure a lot of the audience doesn't know either, because I don't think a lot of you are handicappers as far as it comes to horse racing. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. Can there be like sleepers? Like, how do you go about, like, is there like long shots you can bet in this? Like, is there other angles that you can take other than betting the top of the board kind of thing?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for one, the pace standpoint, that's going to open the door for horses that are longer odds.
Okay.
There's just an element of like chaos that happens in this race too. Like probably a good 5 or 6 horses are going to be completely taken out of contention because someone bumps someone else at the gate. And then there's the madness that happens with the 20 horse field, which is huge for horse racing.
Right.
And yeah, so it's hard to pick out winners because you have to like pick out who's going to get like the best trip and who's going to get like that roulette wheel, like lucky. Like it's just their number. Everything works the right way for them.
Sometimes you just see a name of a horse and you're like, that's too cool to pass up the opportunity to bet.
Yeah. I've found that like every time when I really need a horse to win, if my daughter walks in and is like, I want the pink one to win, it's like, well, fuck, I'm fucking done.
Well, now we got to bet the
like
fucking pink one. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So just bet 8. There you go. Done.
Okay. I don't even know if I placed one bet the other day. I hope this is for the right event. FanDuel offered me something. I don't think I used it on this because I knew you were coming on the show, and I'm like, I will use my no sweat bet on something that I didn't just randomly choose. I picked American Dream. Oh, American Promise, not Dream. American Promise. That jumped off the board. Do we hate American Promise? I think it was plus, I don't know, 700, something along those lines.
If he's plus 700, you got a raw deal because that horse will probably be about plus 6,000, somewhere around there.
Maybe it wasn't plus 700. Maybe I'm making I might be.
No, we're not really a fan of American Promise.
Screwed.
So like I kind of talked about like like extreme pace scenarios. Like this race is loaded with horses that want to run fast early, and so it's going to set it up for horses that want to come from off the pace and like close from off the leaders, and so that opens it up to a lot of like really interesting possibilities price wise that are like 20 to 1, 30 to 1 on the morning line.
All right, talk to me about the interesting price ones. We want to bet a lot of these. I have a notepad ready. I'm ready to rock.
Yeah, so like I said, like it's a combination of like picking the right horse and also lucky. So like you might as well tie yourself to a fucking rocket in this race, and that's what I'm doing. This is my longest shot that I like. It's not my top pick, but it is my longest shot that I like. It's the number 3 Final Gambit, trained by Brad Cox. Luan Machado, the Axeman, will be up in the irons, and it's owned by Juddmonte, which is one of the like oldest horse racing names that out there. And this horse wants to come from just way far back. It won the Jeff Ruby Stakes at Turfway Park. It's coming off of a different surface, a synthetic surface, and sometimes horses can really like take a step forward when they get onto actual dirt. And there's no reason that things couldn't break right for this horse. And the other most important thing is like the pedigree. This is a really long race. It's 10 furlongs.
Okay.
Most of these horses are never going to try this distance again. Okay. Half of them are going to walk home. So having a horse that has the pedigree to go this distance is a big deal. And Final Gambit is the one that has like should have it in the blood to go that distance. So that's why I love Final Gambit at that huge price.
I love that. Give me like 2 more of your favorite bets here that people, if they're just, they want to get some money down on the Kentucky Derby, because it is fun. We all are degenerate. We all want to bet on this. It's easy to spray the board at things like this when you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, you have to cut yourself off eventually. We have the saying you can't bet them all, even though you kind of want to sometimes. But the other horse that I like, and this is in fact my top pick to win the thing, is the number 14 Tistastic.
Oh, I can.
That is 20 to 1 on the. Yeah, that's pretty hot right there. Yeah, Tistastic. It's by Tiz the Law, who's by Constitution. It's out of a Tappet mare. Tappet, known for distance, has sired a bunch of like the Belmont winners, which is 1.5 miles versus this 1.25 miles. And it's trained by Steve Asmussen, who is the winningest trainer in North American history. He's got a ton of horses in training, so he's like putting distance on it too. And he's never won a Kentucky Derby, and like the vibes are just right. He's got a jockey who's like the best in the biz at like closing from the clouds from like a mile back to win games and just fucking crush souls. Yeah, I'm in. I'm all in on Tistastic. I love this horse at this price.
Tistastic, friend of the show now, horse of the show. That's Tistastic is sick. We're getting down on Tistastic. Give me one more here that the people should know on their. I mean, give me as many as you want, but one more sounds good.
Sure. If this thing comes up a wet track, which I mean, there is a chance that it could right now, it's like 50-60%, but that of course will change. There is a horse that also is 100% a feel-good story. The stud fee for this horse was $2,000. It's a son of Cole Front named Cole Battle, who went on this crazy tear through the Oklahoma and Arkansas prep races where it won like three races. It's the little horse that could, and it's also really good on a wet track. And so it's also going to be at a huge price. If it comes up wet, it'll be worth a little sprinkle.
Oh yeah, we love the little horse that could. I feel like that should be the name of my autobiography.
I'll tell you that there's no worse feeling than watching a race and you have your horse and then all of a sudden like the big horse pulls up next to it and you're like, I fucking bet on little Sebastian in this race. Like there's no way this ends up well for me.
This is crazy. What's the event after this? Like what's the next do you bet on horses every single day?
I mean, not every single day. I usually handicap every single day. I play my best plays. Usually, I mean, we're doing our show 5 days a week now. So like I usually am playing my plays
to be made on the horses.
Yeah. But for the most part, if I give out a bet, I'm going to be betting that.
Have you been to the Kentucky Derby?
I haven't. I've done a Breeders' Cup out at Del Mar in San Diego, which was like I can't do like the big days at the track with like the rookies, like chit chatting in line, not getting their bets in on time, getting me locked out. So I do it from home and just sweat a bunch.
Kind of nice.
Use my
laptop.
laptop.
It's kind of even like during like football. I don't like going to games, and people hate that take. But I just feel like I have a better experience at home. I just would rather be on my couch. My snacks are like 10 steps away. My drinks are cold in my fridge. Right. I would rather be at home. No one's bugging me.
If I want to take a nap in the third quarter, I'm not going to end up a fucking meme.
Right, exactly. It's like I'm not going to end up on the internet. If I have too much to drink, I'm not going to end up a meme. Like there's layers to it. If I were to host like a Kentucky Derby party, what are like 3 things I have to have at that party?
Mint juleps, fortunately, mint simple syrup. Yeah, mint simple syrup, easy to make. Then I would say outside of that, I don't know, a lot of seersucker and feeling of privilege, maybe. Like I feel like that probably goes.
They wear the hats. Is this the hat event?
Yes, yeah. Go. You need a big church crown. Yes, go for that.
This is a big hat event. All right. Let me do a couple of these ad reads, and then I want to ask you about your Saints, which I found out you're a Saints fan. Is that correct? Okay, we'll get into the Saints after I tell everyone about Edge Boost. Edge Boost is the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums, earn cash back rewards. 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN. Deposit $25 and Edge Boost will match the deposit, and make sure to let them know that we sent you. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. Naira bets. It is Derby week, as we have just been talking. Now, you guys have heard us talk about the Derby. Got some great bets. You can go on over to Naira. Make sure to check out also the horse racing podcast, Notorious OTB. We have the host on the show as we are live, plus get in on the action of the most exciting 2 minutes in sports with Naira bets. Sign up today and boost your Derby bankroll with a $25 free bet and $200 deposit bonus with promo code SGPN. Join now to claim your $25 free bet and $200 deposit match bonus at nairabets.com/SGPN25. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on every sport, including the NBA playoffs, plus props for every game. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations, easy deposit, and lightning fast payouts. I also am literally on a heater with my ad read picks, and I feel like no one cares. That's fine. I'll give one more out. Tonight, I like the over 204 total points in the Warriors-Rockets game at -110. So feel free to tail that and join the party with me. Head on over to mybookie.ag. Promo code SMALLS for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code SMALLS with 2 L's. Now into the Saints. Temperature check for the Saints. How do we like the draft? How are we feeling?
I like the first round pick. I'm always a fan of building from the inside out. I'm not crazy about Brandon Weeden 2.0 with the second round pick. That's for sure. I don't care what problems people have with Shedeur. I probably would have rather taken Shedeur in that spot, quite honestly.
I think, and we're going to see how the Sanders thing works out. I was talking about it on Monday, and it's like, it's not really a hard path if he should be the QB1. If he was a first round talent, like, there's not a lot of guys in his way to get there as far as Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, probably the odd man out. And then you have, whatever, Gabriel, I think Watson, we can assume is not there. So that'll be interesting. I hit one of my favorite bets I hit was Kelvin Banks to be the 9th pick at 12-1. Congrats. He's, it's a little hot takey, but he is actually my favorite lineman in this draft. So I think he's fantastic. I'm excited for you guys. I think that's a good pick. But yeah, the Shuck is a little interesting of a choice there.
Yeah, I'm actually really honestly just happy that someone else jumped on that Jackson Dart grenade for us. To be honest, you want my Jackson Dart take?
What'd you say?
Do you want my Jackson Dart take?
Yeah, I guess so. You're probably not coming back on the show, but no, yeah, I do.
If Jake Paul and Danny Dimes engaged in just like the most desperate and hungry lovemakings and produced a child, it would be Jackson Dart.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know. I am kind of buying in,
a little
and
bit
I don't know if it's because I'm desperate. I
so.
desperately need something to root for. I was not happy on the Reaction Live show, but like it's kind of growing on me, and I think it's just because we didn't give up too much, so I think it's fine. I don't know. It's interesting.
That name is a tragedy, though.
So that should be interesting. What about the rest of the picks? Anything else that you liked other than those?
Those are the two that really just the disappointment, the okayness of the first round pick, and just the disappointment of Tyler Shuck in the second round. You want your team to make those splashy, draft moves, but it's what we need. We need everything, so it makes sense to probably just take the best player.
Not like it was a very Saints-esque draft. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's probably been since Brandon Cooks since we took a first round like skill position player. So yeah, we're used to it at this point.
Maybe they want Manning, which I don't think he's coming out for a little bit longer than people think. That's like all the internet is talking about, even though I doubt he's coming out next year, which is hilarious. I asked the listeners for questions because I was interested. The first one that I got was who's the next Pope. So we'll move to the second one. Are they a playoff team heading into the season?
Honestly, right now I don't think so. I feel like there are way too many quarterback questions. Teams that make playoffs usually have a pretty good idea of who their starting quarterback is going to be going into this point of the season. So I don't know, like if it's the Spencer Rattler era, God have mercy on all of us. So no, I'm not optimistic. And even last year I thought we had a great shot at winning the NFC South, and it looked promising. Looked fantastic for a little bit, but yeah, I'm not even optimistic that we have that like first like couple 3-game pop. Like I think it's just gonna all be bad next year.
And looking at the lines for the South there, the Saints actually have the worst at +700. Bucks are the favorite, kind of expected. Falcons +220, Carolina +420. If you don't think the Saints win, like, can the Falcons or Carolina win with the state of their teams right now? Or is it just the Bucks going to buck and then they'll be, the team that some team gets to beat and then move on to the next round in the playoffs?
I kind of think we're going to get back to the old NFC South that we had, where it was like a different team wins this division every single year. And so I would probably take the flyer without knowing much about the Atlanta Falcons roster on the Atlanta Falcons. And maybe that fool's gold, like fantasy fool's gold of the Falcons from last year actually turns into something substantial the next year.
Yeah. I know. The Falcons like piss me off. And they're just a team that like I can never get right. And then you think they're going to be good. They're not good. And then Kirk was clearly not healthy. And now you have Michael Penix and everyone's excited, but we also didn't see that much Penix as much as I like that people are optimistic. And maybe I'm just a hater because I have been in QB hell for so long, but it's like, I don't know that we saw enough out of Michael Penix to be like, yep, they're back. Like what?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. How many knee injuries has Michael Penix also had? How many? So it's, I don't know. If you lead on Bijan Robinson, I think that's a manageable offense. But also, I think you probably, I don't know. I would want to move Kyle Pitts and just hurry, just non-football playing ass Kyle Pitts.
Another question we got was, will Tyler? Is it Shuck? Is that like shucking corn? Like, is that how you say his name? It must be. I don't know. Will he play at all this season for the Saints?
I mean. I'm not going to say never because, I mean, right now your options are maybe Derek Carr, probably Spencer Rattler. We've seen what happens with the Spencer Rattler project. I don't care how much of a quarterback whisperer Kellen Moore is. So if someone's offering action on will he see the field this year, I'd take the swing at it.
I think. And also, like, do they go to Rattler first? Probably, right? Like they go to Rattler before, I would assume, even though I guess Shuck is kind of a like ticking time bomb because he's like kind of old.
Yeah.
He's a little bit old there. What is going on with Carr? Is he like he's speaking at churches and like what are we doing?
I don't know. I just he's a mystery wrapped in an enigma at this point. I have no idea what's going on because it was a late development with like the shoulder being hurt, and now it's like it might be a full season thing. And like I don't know, I've been through so many Brett Favre and like Aaron Rodgers moments that like just get it over with.
Please,
I really don't care what happens.
We're done. Yeah, it's enough. I feel like honestly, just for like my Olave shares in Dynasty, I probably would be fine with Shuck being the quarterback. Like I think you can at least get him the ball and be done with it. Someone asked, which I think this is a little funny. If you know the Saints very well, this is kind of a goofy question. Do Saints realize they should be in full tank mode this season?
I hope so, because I mean, you got to think that quarterback draft class is way better than what came out this year. I can't name anybody off the top of my head, but I kind of think so. I mean, I'm a Razorback fan, so I'm already like 90% dead inside. So like whatever, if they want to just like boot it this season, I'm completely cool with that.
Fine. Yeah, but you're not really a team that like loses a lot of games. Even like I went back the win total set at 6.5. Last year was the first time in 10 years that they had not 20 years, 2005, that they had not won at least 7 games. You win games. I kind of want to take the over 6.5. I'm not even going to lie. I swear to God, I don't feel optimistic, but I'm always someone like those guys when they get their first start, they usually end up winning because no one has film on them. So if we count Spencer and Shucks first, we're already at 2. So we're already at 2. Like we need 5 more to get over this in that division.
You got to play the Panthers twice too.
I mean, like 6.5, I might get there. It's a good number too. You're like, this girl's crazy. No, absolutely not. No. All right. What was the other question? Is Kamara on the trading block?
I don't know. I feel like Michael Thomas should have been on the trading block for like numerous years. So I'm gonna guess no. I feel like they're not going to move on because it just seems like they don't really move on from people.
Yeah.
Really.
And also, am I muted again? No, I'm not. Oh my gosh, I got nervous there for a second. I feel like didn't they just extend him too, or?
Yeah, I think not that long ago, and it was a big deal. It was a very big deal.
It was. And I mean, he's 29. I think that the people talk about Kamara because he's been so productive in the league for so long that they think he sounds like he's 33, 34, which is very different than being 29 as a running back in the league.
Yeah. And I mean, considering like initially he came out of like the Sean Payton offense. They came out of what like I guess was an attempt to be like a Sean Payton offense the last couple of years, and like the ball's very well distributed. It's not like there's a ton of wear and tear on him. You still had the Mormon missile getting a lot of carries and things like that. So I mean I think he could probably keep going for a good couple of years.
Yeah,
now.
I think so too. I mean, I'm not going to say what I was just about to say, actually, because we don't jinx people on the show here. The last question that someone had is, are their fans okay? You seem fine.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. It's just, it's very much just kind of a fuck it, dude, let's go bowling kind of approach to life. Just like, okay, I mean, this might as well happen. I've had all sorts of disappointments in my life. This one won't be worse than any of the major ones. I think you're muted one more time.
Again, am I unmuted? Oh my God, what is going on with the tech issues today? I think also a lot of us that had, we were fans, even the Giants, Saints, like these teams that had a really great quarterback in great years, whether people think Eli was great or not is fine. He still won 2 Super Bowls in my lifetime. Guess what? A lot of you are not going to get a Super Bowl before you die. So here I am. It could be worse.
Yeah. It could be much worse. It could be, you could just not have a football team. Like your team could just fold up and move in the middle of the night.
Yeah, literally. You could. It could happen.
Yeah. It's happened. I've seen it.
Is there any team that surprised you in the draft that you were like, okay, they might actually be decent next year? Like, is there anything unexpected you think that can come out of the NFL season?
Oof. Oh, man. That's a tough draft take for me. I'm trying to think of who just like absolutely killed it, and I'm not.
Panthers are pass. Panthers are getting a lot of hype. Are you buying it, or are they gonna Panther it away?
I mean, you have that many like high draft picks. Eventually, you're going to get enough players to make enough of a push. I don't think any draft pick is going to magically make Bryce Young bigger and a better quarterback, though, at any point. So it's hard to say like, yeah, this is great. Like, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, that's one of the worst owners in the league with David Tepper. Like, I'm pretty certain they effed it up somehow.
I mean, I don't think that everyone loved it. I thought it was a good draft, but that's also because I cashed on some bets for them, so I'm a little bit biased in that area. Why don't you give us one last bet for the Kentucky Derby, and then I will let you get out of here. Please go find his podcast. Let you plug that as well before you get out of here, because the more betting, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you just like we'll say 4 horses that you can put in an exacta box, and I guarantee if this thing hits, then it's like shrimp dinners. Like it's a trip to Sizzler for sure. You're going to use the numbers 3, 8, 9, and 14. The 3 is going to be Final Gambit. The 8 is the Favorite Journalism, the 9 Burnham Square, and the 14 Tistastic. We're going to have our 2 long shots in there. Hopefully those 2 are the exacta, because that will pay Sex Island money.
Island money. I want a Sex Island money segment on the show. Ryan, starting Monday, we're having a Sex Island segment. That is fantastic. I absolutely love it. Let people know where they can go and watch the show. I will let you get out of here.
Yeah, check out the show. Follow us on Twitter at Notorious _OTB. Let you know when we have new shows, which are 5 days a week. We have our YouTube channel, Notorious OTB there, so check it out. And we're available wherever you get your podcasts.
Amazing. I appreciate you coming on. Good luck with your bets. Go Tistastic. We are a fan of you. Horse of the show. I will catch you later.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Time for my bonus underdog pick'em play. Have to sprinkle in a little bit of golf for you guys. You can play any sport, though, of course, on there and win up to 100x. Here is something I like for round 1. So first time doing a round 1 slip for you guys. It's going to be Eric Cole lower, 8.5 fairways hit. Toasty lower, 68.5 strokes. Alex Smalley, not small, Smalley, lower 68 strokes. For, let's see, that gets you 5.72x your money. So sign up with Smalls to claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SMALLS with 2 L's. Rhythm is your home for AI-backed picks and props. Rhythm is now live in MLB. Plus, they have models for NBA and golf. Picks so good, it feels like cheating. Building your own model is simple and easy. Here's something that Rhythm likes. The short dog play, different than Monday show. Seamus Power, top 20 plus 280. His projected finish by the bots over there at Rhythm is 7th. He's been hot or cold this year. I'm not going to act like he's been playing fantastic. Last 4 starts, he has a T18 last week and a T8 at Valspar. Historically plays pretty well here. Last 5 appearances, he's had 3 top 20s, including a top 10 something. I think it was a T8. Rhythm also likes this on top of my model that I built over there. Rhythm has some amazing deals going on now. 25% off monthly subscription with promo code SGPN25 and 50% off annual subscription with promo code SGPN50. That's RITHMM. Promo code SGPN25 or SGPN50. And now, finally back in the show, very hard to book these days, is my friend Kenny King Jr., host of the Real Talk, a Blue Wires pod from his car. Look at this dedication here.
From the whip.
Listen, all the athletes that go on Kate Adams' show, they're always in the car. This is my first car. I'm so fucking pumped. Guys, it's my first car guest. I feel so official. How's it going?
You doing good? How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Before we talk about our Raiders, 2 things I want to talk about. Very intrigued about. Did you see Haliburton's dad, the little dad debacle?
Yeah. What was that about?
He's that's psychotic. And I saw someone defend him. And my question to that person is just like, how many times have you dropped on your head as a child? Because that was crazy.
Yeah, there's something going on like in the water with dads right now, because you got all these dads, like all these athletes' dads are just getting a little too into it. I mean, it started with LeVar, and it continues to escalate. I mean, we look at the draft, we saw what happened with Shador because of Dion. Now you look at Hallie's dad. Like, I mean, it's becoming an epidemic.
Dads and their sons, we have an issue, everyone. Like, we got to figure this shit out.
I'm not going to do it.
It's something like, is Mercury and Gatorade again? I don't know, but there's a dad problem going on in the sports world right now. I'm very concerned about it. Bill Belichick is another one that has found his way into the headlines. I can't even. This is like, what the fuck is going on? Does he have a conservatorship? Like, is something wrong with his brain that she is? I'm just amazed. And then Bill and UNC came out and they defended the girlfriend. Even CBS is putting out like, what is going on? Is he okay? Blink your eyes twice if you're not okay, Bill.
Well, first and foremost, did you see like the sweatshirt that he had on in the interview? Yes. It looked like he had gone on like a 6-day bender and like woke up somewhere by the stratosphere or something. But I don't know. I mean, look, everybody knows Bill probably wants to get his rocks off after having, just a number of years not having any fun. Get it. Totally understand that. But it was a really weird dynamic. Like, it was like, we're not talking about that. Okay. Well, why? And then, like, if you're going to put "She's My Muse," expect people to ask you questions about that. That's my thing.
I mean, Miss Sassy Pants was walking on the field, the practice, like, you are doing it here. You guys are asking for the attention. I mean, you're literally like, what do you want, payroll there? It's a little crazy to not think that that's going to be asked. And why did you agree to the interview?
Right.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Very strange. Like, what's really going on?
Why did they want to answer the question? Where did they meet? I need to know where they met then.
Right, and then why then later do they release a statement saying, "Oh, they met on a flight"? Well, why couldn't you just say that? Like, did you join the Mile High Club? Like, what happened on this flight? Like, why is it such a secret?
Can you be honest? Can we all let's all together as one agree? They didn't meet on a fucking flight. Like, come on with that. That shit only fucking happens in a movie. Like, I promise you they did not meet on a flight. Kiss my ass with that.
It was a sugar daddy website, 1,000%.
It was something else. It was something other. It was an arranged, or I don't know. It doesn't have to be. I think escort is a little bit too far that people are taking it.
Is it?
But I promise you, it wasn't on a damn flight.
Yeah, but I would say that it's too far if Bill hadn't been surrounded by people that have done that before.
True.
I mean, it's a learned behavior, right? So maybe him and Kraft were, maybe who knows what's going on? Maybe that's the Patriot way. I don't know, but
Patriot way is so funny.
I don't know. I don't see she's like 29. I don't see
I think she's younger than that, isn't she?
Yeah, looking at a 73-year-old man on a plane, like, oh damn, yeah, I want a piece of that.
I gotta know what's her name? Bill Belichick's girlfriend. We're doing research quick.
Jordan something.
Jordan Hudson. She used to date like I'm making this up, but it's either like an Apple exec or something like that. How old is she? How do we find her? She went an $8 million. Oh, this is the new one. She went an $8 million real estate shopping spree.
Wow.
What the fuck is this girl? Is something. She's smart. She's 24.
She's a gold digger.
She's 24.
So she's too old for Leo DiCaprio.
Yes.
So she had to go to Belichick.
Alrighty then. That's interesting. That's an interesting choice. Let's go to your Raiders. We'll leave Bill alone. He's getting enough heat. Sorry, Bill. Eli's still your daddy. She might be happy. I don't know how that works. It's not my thing. Draft takeaways, great. You guys obviously got Genty, amazing. I feel like that was it. That had been talked about. I said on the pod a lot, I didn't know if I was buying it. It was always going to happen. So are we happy, obviously, with that pick?
I'm very happy with that pick. So I'm one of the people that was really, really heavy on the Genty train. I was really loving the comparisons to Tomlinson, the nightmares that Tomlinson gave Raider Nation for the years that he was with the Chargers. If we can have somebody do that to the Chargers and the Broncos and the Chiefs, I'm all for it, to be on the other side of those beatings. Really happy with that pick. I really love the fact, too, that Genty is a huge Marshawn Lynch fan and models his play after him and is an idol of him. And, we all know Marshawn's relationship with not only the Raiders, but with Pete Carroll and with Max Crosby. So I feel like he can come in and serve as a great mentor for him. Obviously, bit biased on the running back train because of my dad. So, Pops was out there this weekend, got to meet with him, said he's a
so cool,
great kid. Marcus was around him. Josh Jacobs has nothing but great things to say about him. So really, really excited about the pick and about what he can bring to the table with this offense. Absolutely.
And I think too, I think the O-line is improving a little bit more than people realize because it hasn't been great for a while. And I think they're in a good spot. I love at one point in the draft, they double tapped on the line. I love doing that. You guys had a bunch of picks. Double tap. If one of them doesn't work, but you still get another piece there. So I think at least one of them is going to work out. I was watching a lot of, what was it? Is it Grant? Is that the one that you guys drafted? Did you draft him? You did, right? Yes. Very raw. But he's only been playing since high school. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do. Pete Carroll is your coach. So you're running the ball. You're obviously going to run the ball. It's fantastic. Yeah. I think, too, the Chiefs got to be shaking in their boots a little bit. So I hope that they have a plan because their run D was quite shitty last year.
Yeah, I look at it like this. A lot of teams got better. I didn't see the Chiefs improve that much, and the Chiefs got exposed in the Super Bowl. They showed if you hit Mahomes, he gets flustered and he doesn't play as well as he typically does. I like what the Raiders did defensively and adding to the defensive line, just beefing it up a lot more, giving Max and Wilkins and Kuntz some help, getting some more defensive tackles in there. People were, we need linebackers. Look, you'll fulfill those roles. I trust in Pete Carroll. I trust in Patrick Graham. Patrick Graham is significantly turned the defense around. Thank you guys for him. I love him. But then, just looking at the team, like you say about the offensive line, they have gotten better. And the offensive line didn't look great last year for a couple of reasons. One, you had Gardner Minshew under center. Nobody's going to make an offensive line look good with that guy. Two, you lose Josh Jacobs, so you don't have a running game. And then finally, when Sincere McCormick comes in, you actually see that the line can block a little bit. It's just the running backs before him weren't great. And then McCormick goes down, but now you beef up that running back room, bringing in Raheem Mostert, bringing in Genty. So now you got some guys that can actually move the ball, do some things out of the backfield. And you have an offensive coordinator who's incredibly competent in Chip Kelly, who can call some things that are going to, break open the offense.
So I guess the next question that I'm sure a lot of people have is they did add 2 wide receivers. I like the first one that you drafted quite a bit. I actually just drafted him in a rookie dynasty draft. Very, very good hands on him. The wide receiver room, I think, would you say that's one of the weaker points of the Raiders or not necessarily?
I would say not necessarily. It's sneaky good. I really like Jack Beck. Yeah, I like Jack Beck. I really love the kid's story. He's big, he's physical, he's fast, and the fact that he's playing for his brother who was killed, that always puts a chip on somebody's shoulder. They're doing something not only for themselves but for their family. You look at Jacoby Myers. He has silently been wide receiver 1 for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Everybody slept on him. They made, New England got rid of him. And he has gone out there and just been a ball target. He doesn't drop the ball. He makes plays. They're sneaky good. It's a really sneaky good wide receiver room. And I got to throw this name in there. He's not a receiver, but he is a receiver. He's an all-purpose utility player. Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy should have been Rookie of the Year. Get it. Jaden Daniels had a phenomenal rookie season. But Brock Bowers is going to be the next great tight end in the National Football League. And I'm really excited about what this kid brings to the table. Pair him with Michael Mayer, and you've got a really
action. We can do that. I think that the wide receivers just aren't they're not flashy household names.
It's not,
and it doesn't need to be because for a while, it wasn't working that great with Devontae Adams, who is a household name. So now you've got a bunch of guys that are there to just go and fucking working for something, chips on their shoulder, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I think you've got a lot of speed. Jacoby Myers, so consistent, like you said, longest reception king for me. Made so much money off of him last year. And then you have Brock Bowers. And I don't even think with the season that he had, I still think he is somehow underrated. Does not get the credit that he should for the season he had last year.
Yeah. And you got to remember, he had that season with Gardner Minshew, with Aiden O'Connell. And so, I mean, look, he's got a quarterback who can sling the ball now.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a coach who knows how to call some plays. You got a coach who knows how to win. I'm really excited to see what Geno and Bowers can do. And now you have a run game, so it opens it up for the receivers a lot more.
It takes pressure off, too. When you don't have that run game, you see teams when they struggle because you can't rely on it. I mean, last year the Raiders' run game was it was impossible. It's not something you're betting on. It's really hard to predict what's going on. I know Mostert is older, but I think that Mostert is still a nice piece if you need him there. He is still solid for how long he's been in the league. Genty is currently plus 270, favorite to be offensive rookie of the year. Kind of expect that.
Sorry,
Not sure if you. No, you're good. You are all good. And then he's followed by Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, McMillan, Hampton, Judkins, Henderson, Tyler Shuck. Do any of those names other than Genty stand out to you as it might be worth a sprinkle? You're good. Because I already bet Travis Hunter.
Where are we?
So hopefully that's... This is I think that Mercury isn't retrograde. Because I think that the tech issues on the show today are fantastic. Hello. I did bet Travis Hunter. I don't care if it's a bad line. I did it. Plus 750. Can't stop me.
My bad.
Hi. I was just talking about how bad the Raiders are going to Those motherfuckers. Don't they know you're on a show? You're my first car guest, and they're ruining it.
Come on. Come on.
I'm
trying to give you your Kay Adams show here.
Yeah, the Walmart version. Genty is the favorite, plus 270 to be offensive rookie of the year. I did sprinkle a little bit on Travis Hunter. I think it's worth it there at plus 750. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Tet, Hampton, Judkins, Henderson, Tyler Shuck. Any of those names stand out to you behind Genty?
Yeah, I think Travis Hunter is going to be a big time candidate just because he is going to be a two-way player. The last time you did have a two-way player was Charles Woodson. He obviously won. And so I do think Travis Hunter is going to be one of those guys that's going to be a big candidate. Genty's going to be, obviously. All eyes are on Cam Ward. I think also all eyes are going to be on Shedeur Sanders. This is going to be kind of one of those, I'm not going to say a make or break. Obviously, it's his rookie year. But this is a very, very interesting situation for Shedeur, because you're going into a situation where, first of all, your dad said he was going to pull an Eli if the Browns drafted him. That didn't happen. Second of all, you go in and you got Joe Flacco, who's elite. You have Deshaun Watson, who is only there because you can't get rid of him. He's guaranteed. Yeah. They draft Dylan Gabriel, and now you have Shedeur Sanders. So who's QB1, who's QB2, who's QB3, who's QB4? Where does Shedeur end up here? Is this guy going to take this as an opportunity to say, hey, look, you know what? I fucked up in my interviews. I fucked up in the whole process. Let me show you who I really am. Or is he going to have or is he going to have a negative chip on his shoulder and go out there and pout? And we really see, oh, well, this kid is exactly who we thought he was. Because there's a reason why 32 teams passed up on you all these times. Tom Brady was your personal mentor, and he passed up on you 4 times. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. So I don't say he's a candidate for Rookie of the Year, but he's a name that I'm going to be looking at very closely, and I think a lot of people will.
Yeah, it's interesting, almost to the point where it feels like the Browns took Gabriel, like conspiracy theory. Did they take Gabriel like, we know we're getting you later. No one wants you, dude. So guess what? You're going to work for it, and we're going to put another rookie QB in the room with you. Yeah. Because realistically, like, now I've said it multiple times in the show, it's not a hard path to QB1. So Sanders, if you were supposed to be the second QB drafted, if you were supposed to be, in that top 5 conversation like we had, then guess what? Get there. Work for it and get there, because your path isn't that hard. So compared to some people that would be drafted in the round that you were drafted. So can you shut up and work? How does that go? I mean, like, even the Steelers passed on him, right? So Tomlin passed on him too. It's not just, these organizations that people like to pick fun at. It's also the Steelers and a lot of these teams that, have their shit together, however you want to say it. So it will be interesting to see Sanders. I probably won't put money on it, but I am intrigued to see at what point, when does he start? Because guess what? The whole Sanders family is going to have to, we're going to have to be a little quiet now. Like, it's not going to be a thing where, like, you get to be, broadcasting week 1, first game. You're not starting week 1. Like, it's not, like, the show is a little bit over. Not that, I do think a lot of the Sanders hate I think it went too far. I'll continue to say that. And I think, the Browns, listen, you've had QB problems for a long time. Double tapping at QB, fine. Just do it, whatever. Like, I'm kind of over it at this point. They had it, good enough draft, walked out with another first-round pick. The Browns are going to Brown. I don't know, what it's going to amount to for them. But you can't totally knock the draft that they had. I think they're better. It was a better draft than people are saying. Last thing on Genty, his rushing yards line is set at 1,050 and a half, minus 114 to the over. Saquon had 1,300 plus his rookie year. I was going to say freshman year. Zeke had 1,600 plus. Bijan had shy of 1,000. Bucky Irving went over this number last year. I think minus 114. I think we see this get bet. Like, it's going to get super juiced at some point, kind of. Like, I almost want to bet it now.
Yeah, I see him getting over 1,500 yards. Easy. Yeah. And I'm not saying he's going to get it easily, but I do see him getting fed a lot. I see him getting fed often. You look at the teams in the division. Chargers aren't good against the run. Chiefs aren't good against the run. Broncos are pretty good against the run. You face those teams twice, right? You've got a lot of teams that are still struggling, still trying to figure out where they are, what they're going to do. I think that he's going to catch a lot of people off guard. A lot of people are going to underestimate him. Hey, Rook, welcome to the league. I really expect him to go over 1,500 yards. We've seen it happen before with Josh Jacobs, and you expect Pete Carroll to run the ball. So I would hammer that right now.
Yeah, the recipe's there. I think this is going to move. So when we jump off, I will be taking me over on that. What are our realistic expectations for the Raiders? Their win total is set at 7.5. You would know better than me. I don't really remember. that feels like it's higher than it normally is for the Raiders. I don't think it's normally sitting. It's probably closer to like the 6.5, 5.5 range, I would imagine. The over is plus 115. Last 10 years, they have gone over this 4 times. Gino, Pete. Listen, and also, like Pete's older. Listen, Pete came here to win. He did not come here to rebuild. Pete is an older man. He is ready to chew his gum like a cow on the sidelines and win some damn fucking games. He's going to run the ball. He has Brock Bowers. Like, talk to me. Like, is this over something? I haven't looked at your schedule. Admittedly, I don't. Do you play the NFC East?
We play the East this year.
Yeah. I mean, 8 games is also not, it's a lot, but also not a lot in the NFL. So, like, at a plus money number there, can they win enough games to get those 8 wins?
Yeah, in the past 5 years, with the exception of last year, they have won the over. And so last year was an odd year. It was a weird situation. I feel bad for Antonio Pierce because I felt like he got dealt a shit hand. He didn't have a quarterback to begin with. He didn't get his guy. Granted, I'm a big AP truther. I believe in AP. I do believe that the Raiders are in a better position this year. You've got Pete Carroll. You've got Geno Smith. You've got some pieces around there. You have some continuity. You have a GM in John Spytek who knows what the fuck he's doing. And so I look at it like this. Will they go over? Absolutely. I ran through ChatGPT. I did a prediction on the schedule. ChatGPT told me that we're going 11-6. So
amazing.
I'm going with what ChatGPT says. I believe 11-6 is doable. I believe that they can pull that out. Obviously, it's a vast turnaround from last year of going 4-13.
But teams do that.
Yeah, you see teams do it all the time. I mean, look at the Commanders. I know you hate to see it, but look at the Commanders and look what they were able to do. You get the right coach, you get a quarterback, that changes a lot of things right there. So culture shift. You get Max Crosby coming back healthy. You get Christian Wilkins coming back healthy. You have a run game. You have a quarterback. You have an offense coordinator now. You have a head coach who knows how to win. Pete does not want to come and rebuild. He said it the day he came in. I'm not coming here to rebuild. I don't have time. The man is 73 years old. He does not want to wait around for another rebuild. Raider Nation doesn't want to wait around. No. And here's the thing. Tom Brady doesn't want to hitch his name to a losing franchise. Tom Brady came in and bought into the Raiders for a reason. Tom Brady wants to win. And that's why Mark said, you know what? I'm going to let you do what you do because you're obviously more versed at winning than I am.
Really, 100%. And
so I'm for it. I'm going to say pound the over. It makes sense. Get it.
All right. So the play I saw Jeff put in the chat, Jeff Matthews, plus 370 to make the playoffs.
Let's go. I'll put 1,000 on it.
We're fucking doing it, huh? I will tell you, I did tour the Raiders Stadium last time I was out there. It's just fucking beautiful.
It's so nice.
I need to go to a game there. It is like one of the most beautiful stadiums. Like, it's just fantastic.
We play the Giants in Vegas I don't know.
I will be there. We got to get I need the schedule to come out. What is that? May 4th? It's a little bit later than normal this year. I think 14th. It's like May 14th. Yeah. So
I ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT to do the schedule.
Oh no.
Per ChatGPT, I've got the Raiders versus the Giants last game of the season in Vegas. Raiders defeat the Giants. So,
last game of the season, then I'm definitely in because it'll be for nothing for me.
So let's revisit this.
Let's go. Jackson Dart first start. I'm there. I'm totally with it. Okay, here I have 2 questions left, maybe 2 questions left, max. Listener questions. I guess you answered this. So, are they a playoff team heading into the season? So you think yes. They have the skill there. They have what they need to there. And then the last one was just how the Raiders pass catchers fit together. A lot of like replicated, similar stuff as far as what they do on the field. But can they use that to their advantage where they're kind of switching things up? I probably see like a lot of 12 personnel. You have Bowers, you use Mayer. What do you think? Like who is the rising star of this? Or even out of the 2 rookies?
I think your rising star is obviously Jacoby Myers. I think that he's cemented a name for himself. Brock Bowers is, he came in with high expectations and met every single expectation. I think Jack Beck is going to be that guy who all eyes are going to be on. And then I expected, I'm hoping, and this is what I'm hoping. Obviously, Mike had some stuff going on last year, some personal things. He had to take some time away from the game. Yeah. I would love to see Michael Mayer come back and basically have a comeback player of the year type season, and really work his way into it. You have your 2 tight end set. Let's go out in 12 personnel and make Michael Mayer that Gronkowski type player that just makes big plays.
I'm all in. I love tight ends. I love a good feel-good story. I also have so much respect for him and taking the time. Like, hey, I can't give you my all. I'm actually going to take some time off because it's not worth being in the locker room if you're not fully in it. And go take care of yourself. Yeah. Your mentals matter. Whatever was going on was going on. I guess we're pro Raiders on the show until ChatGPT says week 18. Let people know where's the next show. Where can they find you on X? You were fantastic. I appreciate you coming on. Yeah. My first car guest. I've made it.
First car guest. So real talk. I took a year off. We're coming back.
Amazing.
We're dropping back next month. I got some great guests lined up. Really excited about that. You can see me on Twitter at Kenny King _Jr. I still call it Twitter. His mama named him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
Max. No.
But yeah, find me on there. I'm pretty funny, so follow me.
You are pretty funny. That's why we get along, because I'm also funny, I would say. Some people may not, and that's fine. I'll let everyone get out of here. Yeah, fuck them. You can get out of here. I'm getting out of here. Subscribe, like, rate, review, do all the things on the podcast. And I will see you guys on Monday.